Hey, so thanks for watching and subscribing. I want to talk business and I want to talk tourism because anyway, it's that time of the year. We're thinking about Christmas and New Year's and all that. And I need to talk about what I'm excited about and what I'm sad about. I'm going to say I'm excited for KTB, awesome chairman, new CEO, things can only get better. And I want to say this to every player in the tourism sector. You've got to celebrate the fact that I think you've had a great year. And tourism is no longer defined by how Mombasa is doing. And then this is a heads up for Mombasa and the whole coastal region. I've had the pain and the pleasure of having to be in residence for different conferences and strategic meetings over the last 1.5 months. It's been painful because I hate not being home, and especially if I'm in the country. And we actually were looking for a place in Nairobi. And I knew Nairobi had been busy, UNCTAD, TCAD, what. But no conference in town, and we can't get a place in Nairobi. Eventually, as an organization, we ended up at the Windsor. And I must say this to the Windsor, wow. Not only were you busy, wow, but you handled everything so well. I mean, you were full. And I think my misery was at breakfast, I'd watch people teeing off and thinking, and I'm going to go and look at strategy. But it was refreshing to see how busy Nairobi hotels are. I just love the fact that there's a sector of the tourism market that has figured there's other forms of tourism and it's okay. So Windsor amazed me. I remember having to be away in Naivasha and I was resident in Eneshapai. And once again for Eneshapai, most people start off really well. The first 2 years are exciting, but this many years later, Eneshapai, the game keeps getting better and better. So I'm excited for Nairobi, for Naivasha. I'm excited for the Mara. The reason I'm excited for the Mara is that there was a time the Mara was that thing that white folk did because apparently they want to see things crossing a river and being eaten by crocodiles. And I remember for me, it was last year, the first time I took my daughter and we went off with family and friends to Kichwa Temple, and we thought, how awesome is this? We need to come back. And right now, I'm actually trying to book friends. I have friends in the US who want to come out here next year for the migration. I have friends in the UK, and we're struggling to actually get space because the Mara is busy, Meanwhile, I can tell Mombasa is struggling, and my next video is about why Mombasa is struggling. And the reason I say mainland Mombasa is that Diani is still, for me, wow. Malindi, I'm loving Malindi. I'm loving Watamu, to be honest. Lamu seems to have become a place that we as locals frequent. I'm actually beginning to worry that if you don't plan early enough and you're not Kenyan, you might have a hard time actually fitting into some of our resorts, especially the ones that are regularly available. And just to prove it, and I have to tell, Bonnie, that I am away with family and friends, I'm not going to say when, and we're out Mount Kenya. Safari Club, 55,000 all in for 3 nights. And this is, for 2. I couldn't do 55,000 in Mombasa. I mean, just by the time I fly, my tickets have taken more than half that money. And I don't know where I'm staying. And especially if I'm going to mainland Mombasa, I'm like, oh, please. No. Okay. I'm going to stay on the positive. I'm excited that the tourism sector, and especially people who have not had it easy, have found new ways to get on the map. I'm excited for a younger generation of tourists who's Kenyan, and I gotta say this, young people between 25 and 35 are the GOAT because they're doing stuff their folks never did and stuff I never did, okay? They're not running off to Dubai. They don't need the drama of visas. They're not running off to South Africa. I mean, even Zuma couldn't fix that when he was here. They're not. They're literally getting onto Airbnb and they're going where they want to go. And I'm loving that they are traveling. And if you're in business, and I've said this before, and you're not talking to people between the age of 20 and 35, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. They've got dispensable income, they've got a new worldview, and they're going. And they don't go in pairs. They travel in squads. Apparently, they're squad goals. And it's fantastic. It's fantastic for you and your outlet. So I'm excited. I'm excited for an industry that has decided there's got to be another way. I'm excited for a generation that is touring its own country finally and putting every picture they can find on Instagram and Twitter. And I'm worried for Mombasa, and we're going to talk about that in the next video. So subscribe and then stay with me.